Hi, I'm DelusionDispeller, and I am back to talk to you more about why a woman stays, or a man, I shouldn't keep saying a woman, why we stay and why not to. Alright, so we talked about that. Alright, a lot of times the abuser getting arrested does not stop the abuse. So the woman or the man knows that even if they leave, they're going to be sent back to the abuser, or the abuser is going to be allowed back near them. That's why they don't call for help. That's why people don't get out a lot of times, because they're afraid, well, it's not going to do any good if I report this. It's just going to make him or her mad and angrier, and I'm going to get hurt worse. So you need to realize that, again, always safety first. Make sure that before you do anything, you have a sure enough plan that 9 times out of 10 will work, okay? That you're going to be far enough out of the state, the country, or wherever this person knows you will be to get out safely and get the kids out too while you're at it. Realize that even if he or she is arrested, there's a possibility that they know people outside the jail that can harm you for them. Don't think that just because somebody's behind bars that they don't have connections. I learned that when my second husband went to jail, and one of his good buddies, who was arrested for lots of different abuse issues, domestic violence and otherwise, was contacting me and saying he was going to be my husband's lawyer. And then I found out that he liked to hit on women and try to make buddy-buddy contacts with them so that he could get out of jail, or if he got out of jail, he could come and hang out with them till he got arrested again for abusing them. So don't be so foolish to think that once somebody's behind bars, oh good, I'm safe. Because unfortunately, that's not how it works. People behind bars have rights. Or even if they don't, they have ways. They're cunning enough to know people that know people, and somehow they manage to figure out how to get to you. So unfortunately, arrest does not always stop the abuse, which is why you need to get out of Dodge. You need to go somewhere where he or she is not going to know where you are. A lot of times people stay because the abuser threatens to finish the job when they get out of jail or prison. And there's quite a few women living even right now with that fear that when so-and-so gets out, or men, they're going to come after me and they're going to do away with me and it's going to be over. That's also not a reason to live in abuse, believe it or not. Though it is definitely an understandable reason why you'd be afraid to report it and put them in jail, because you know that there's no possible way that you're ever going to be done with this person. Do what you can. Change your identity. Get out of town. Find friends way out somewhere, like I told you before. Do what you can to break free and live your life. And rally the troops around you. Stay close to people. Move to a place where you're going to be around a lot of people that are home all the time, that can watch your house, that are willing to step in and call somebody if something odd happens. Because a lot of murders happen because people have what's called the bystander effect. Well, it's not my business to report. I hear her screaming, or I hear him yelling, or whatever, but I don't want to get involved, because if they find out it's me, then they'll come back on me and hurt me. Well, that's possible, so report it anonymously. Get a bunch of people in the neighborhood to report it. And have a neighborhood watch system. If there's anything awry, make sure that everybody in that neighborhood knows, from a flyer or however you want to do it, that we are watching everybody's house here. We are on the buddy system, and if we hear or see anything that is odd or, off base, we're going to report it. We're not afraid to step in and take action. Now, be careful about how you do that, because that could rile up the abuser even more, and he may take the person somewhere else and harm her. Or him. I'm sorry. It's like I said, it's not a cut and dry situation. I'm just giving some ideas that I came up with, and that I've heard other people use that sometimes work and sometimes don't. But maybe they're ideas that you haven't tried yet, so I'm hoping so. In a lot of abuse situations, I'm going to try to finish this up on this video, so I apologize if it's a little long. Sometimes the abuser will drug the person that they're abusing. So to put you off the defense, to lower your inhibitions, to make you seem like a willing accomplice. Or just to have their way with you, to get away with it, because you can't fight, you're drugged, you can't move, you're out of it, I know how that feels. I was on medicine recently, and I felt really out of it. And if that happens, there's not a whole lot you can do in the situation, but once you come to and you realize what happened, again, all the things I said in the other videos, safety first, tell safe people, go as far away from the person as you can, get the kids out of there, get the pets out of there, whatever you can do to get out of the situation. Money, that's another reason women stay. In my case, and in many women's cases, or many people's cases, the partner puts the bank account and everything else in their own name. Now, with HIPAA and with privacy laws and all that thing, all those things that we've enacted in our society, it's very difficult to get someone to tell you information on an account if your name is not on it. When you're married, at first, insist that your name be on an account or that you have your own account, and don't let him know the password. Don't let him touch your stuff. Keep it private, just in case. And if he's got an issue with it, then he's obviously not the one you want to hook up to, because you have a right to have your privacy. If not, the abuser often will put everything in his name, so you have no way or no access to any of it, nor will the bank allow you to just because you're his wife or her husband. It doesn't work that way anymore. Another thing is the abuser may wreck stuff. Oh, and by the way, with the money, you want to have it put aside, because if you need to escape, you're going to need money to survive, obviously. If the abuser wrecks your things or threatens to wreck your things, that may be a reason why you stay. Not a good reason. You can get more things. I know it's hard to say that because things have sentimental value. I get that. But if they're ruining them and they're threatening to ruin them, there is no material possession that is worth risking your life and your freedom for. You can buy more material possessions, create new memories if you have to. The abuser often racks up expenses. So you don't want to leave because you know if you leave, you're going to be responsible for all these expenses. So what? You'll work with the companies and you'll pay them off eventually. Life will not stop because you haven't paid a few bills. Don't worry about it. Maybe the abuser hasn't paid the bills on time. So, again, your phone gets shut off. Your electric gets shut off. And you're scared. You're like, well, if I leave here, it's the dead of winter. My kids will freeze to death. That's why you need plans to get out. Don't stay in an abusive situation because you don't see a plan out, a planned way out. Talk to somebody. Ask somebody for help. This concludes my input on why I feel women and men stay in abuse and why they shouldn't. Abuse is never okay. It's never your fault. And you don't deserve it. And somebody's listening and paying attention somewhere. You just got to find out who that is that's willing to step in and protect you, that's willing to fight for you. There are people out there. You just got to talk. Come out of your shell and start being bold and brave and start talking to people. Don't let the abuser take your dignity, your identity, your respect, your self-worth away from you. That's all I have on this issue. Thanks for watching. As always, if you're in an unsafe situation, tell a safe person, have a plan to get out. Watch my videos, learn from them, learn the signs of abuse, and don't stay with an abuser as soon as it's safe to get away. You know, weigh the pros and the cons of how long to stay and how quick you can get out. But do something. Don't just sit there and be a verbal or physical or spiritual or psychological punching bag for someone that has psychopathic tendencies, psychotic episodes, drug-induced states of mind, or bipolar disorder, or whatever their issues are. There's no issue that's too complicated that you have earned the reason to be a scapegoat. Thanks for watching. If you need help, I'm DelusionDispeller at gmail.com. Please subscribe to my videos so you don't miss any of them. Also, watch my live feeds when I have them on. I'll have another one on the 29th of this month. I hope to see you there. God bless everybody. Comments are welcome. Questions are welcome. Again, if you need to reach me, DelusionDispeller at gmail.com. I do offer paid sessions. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye for now.